The wind over Bethlehem was cold and sharp, carrying dust and the smell of distant fires, as if the whole world was waiting for something. Above the hills, the stars glowed brighter than ever before, glittering like a message written across the sky. In the crowded town, where every inn was full and every doorway overflowed with travelers, Mary and Joseph arrived tired from a long journey. Mary held her stomach, the promised child ready to be born, the child spoken of by angels and prophets. Joseph knocked on doors, begging for a place to rest. Every answer was the same: no room, no space, no bed left. But he kept trying, because love does not stop when the road is hard. At last, one innkeeper took pity on them. He had no bed to offer, but he pointed toward a stable behind his house. It was a place for animals, not a place for a king, but it was the only shelter left. Inside the stable, Mary sank to her knees as waves of pain began. Joseph set blankets on the straw, hands shaking, heart racing. The air smelled of hay and animals, and the roof creaked under the wind. Then, as heaven watched and earth slept, the child was born, Jesus Christ. Not in a palace, not in silk, but in a stable under a sky full of stars. Mary held him close, tears running down her cheeks, overwhelmed by the miracle in her arms. Outside the town, shepherds guarded their flocks on the hills. They were simple people, unnoticed and unheard, living their lives in silence. But suddenly a bright light split the sky, and an angel appeared before them, glowing like morning sunlight. The shepherds dropped in fear until the angel spoke. "Do not be afraid. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born. You will find him wrapped in cloth and lying in a manger." Then a chorus of angels filled the sky, singing glory and peace, their voices echoing like thunder and music mixed together. When the angels vanished, the night became quiet again. The shepherds looked at one another, hearts pounding. Then they ran, through the fields, past the trees, down the road to Bethlehem. And when they reached the stable, they found Mary, Joseph, and the baby in the manger, just as the angel had said. They knelt before the child, some crying, some laughing, feeling hope rise like the first sunrise after a long night. Far away, 3 wise men saw a new star blaze to life in the sky. They knew it meant a king had been born, a king unlike any other. They packed gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, treasures fit for a king, and began a long journey across the desert. Sandstorms struck, nights froze, days burned with heat, but the star guided them. When they arrived, they found not a palace, but a stable. Not servants, but parents. Not a throne, but a manger. And yet they bowed, because they knew they were in the presence of a king. That night Joseph had a dream. An angel warned him that Herod sought to harm the child. Joseph woke Mary, and with Jesus in her arms they fled into the night, riding toward Egypt. They traveled far from home, escaping the reach of a king who feared losing his power. But no sword touched Jesus, no plan destroyed him, because his purpose was protected by heaven. In Egypt, Jesus grew as a child. He learned to walk, to laugh, to speak, just like any other child. But one day another message came. Herod was gone, and it was safe to return. So they traveled back to their land and settled in Nazareth, a quiet place where Jesus would grow in wisdom, strength, and purpose. But the night of his birth remained the moment when hope entered the world. In a stable on a bed of straw, wrapped in simple cloth, the Son of God arrived. No army, no throne, no crown of gold, just a child, born to save, born to lead, born to change the world. And from that night forward, the world would never be the same.